let's go set history on fire.
Have you heard the children's rhyme? Stick and stones may break my bones, but words shall never hurt me. That's something that was taught to kids as a way to make them more resilient toward verbal bullying and invite them to stay cool and collected in front of possibly abusive words and basically not care for what people say. Which is a sweet concept, but this is a concept that found no sympathy in the culture of the Italian Renaissance. Because in the Italy of the 1500s, the notion that words are just words didn't exist. The idea of honor was a big deal in the culture of the time, and they took it pretty seriously. So the concept was that if somebody insulted you or said anything that could be considered offensive about you or your family, those weren't just words. That was a stain on your honor that would have to be washed in blood. The only proper way to avenge an offense like that was violence, which I bet Will Smith would have loved this. And this wasn't even just true in the 1500s, this was true even in the context in which I grew up in Italy, and I was born in 1974, so some of this stuff has continued down to present day, which is different from the idea of censorship. There was no notion that you are forbidden to say certain things. You're free to say whatever you want, with the understanding that if you insult somebody, they may decide not to take it lightly and pull out a blade. So it's really up to you. You can say anything you want, but there may be violent consequences for your words. So usually the end result is that people tend to be very polite, or if they are not, at least it's a choice, and they know what might happen. This concept shows up plenty in one of the most interesting autobiographies of the Renaissance, La Vita by Benvenuto Cellini. If you visit Florence, it's almost guaranteed that you'll run into the sculpture Perseus and Medusa by Cellini. But what most tourists who haven't read the autobiography don't know is that Cellini was one of the wildest men of the Italian Renaissance, at a time when Italian artists often lived lives that would make Tupac blush. Cellini is remembered as one of the greatest artists of the era, but when he wasn't busy creating masterpieces, he was usually busy killing rivals in street fights, engaging in torrid sexual escapades with both men and women, escaping prison, fighting with pirates, and many other crazy adventures. The thing that's funny about Cellini's autobiography is that he regularly confesses to murder and all other acts of violence without even a hint that some of the stuff he talks about may be problematic. Like, he has no sense that there's any censor about it, because that's the reality. There was no condemnation for anything associated with violence if he was in defense of one's honor in the Renaissance. I mean, even the very term of virtue, the Latin term comes from the term vir, which means man. So virtue was really understood as manliness. And what was most manly in the Renaissance? What was most manly was fighting and shedding blood to defend your honor. That was the concept. There's a story contained in Cellini's autobiography that in my mind captures Italian attitudes about honor and revenge better than anything else. The tale goes that Cellini's brother one night got into a fight with the police. Cellini's brother was a soldier, and there was a disagreement between some of the cops wanting to arrest a fellow soldier and a friend of his, so Cellini's brother got into it, killed one of the cops, and in return was killed by one of the cops. As a result of this, Cellini did not take it well, and as he put it, he started following the cop who killed his brother, keeping an eye on him, in his own words, as if he were a girl I was in love with. One night, he decided he had done enough stalking of this guy, and he just approached him, stabbed him, and killed him. Just buried his dagger deep into the policeman's neck. He promptly started running away because other policemen were following. So the guards reached his palace, where Cellini had gone in hiding. He had gone under the protection of a duke who was visiting Rome at the time. The guards arrive and explain to the Duke's man at the door, saying, hey, the guy just killed a cop, he's guilty of murder, he ran into the palace, we need to catch him. And the Duke's man explained, no, you guys misunderstood. Oh, you think this is murder. No, this wasn't murder. You must understand. The man he killed had killed his brother. So clearly this wasn't murder, this was vengeance. And this is the funny part. The guards respond to this seemingly ridiculous explanation with apologies, going, oh, this was actually, it was not just simple murder, this was vengeance. Sorry to disturb you over this, my bad, we misunderstood. Good night, didn't mean to bother you. Which tells you a lot about the concept of honor and revenge in the Italy of the 1500s. If you wish to know more about Benvenuto Cellini's wild and crazy life, check out episodes 99 and 100 of History on Fire podcast.